This is the best bits on the Flash Drive Home with Brandon and Beck.
Oh, hello, Tom. Could I have a lift?
Buckle up, bonehead, because you're going for a ride.
Drive home.
Now, we've been talking all about Brandon's hot date, and before we get to have a little listen, let's take a look back at the past week and see how his hot date came to be. On our first show, Brandon made a little confession to me.
Well, it's a little embarrassing, actually. You know something I have never done? That's go on a date. I've never been on a date.
You're 18 and you've never gone on a date.
Yeah.
I'm putting it to you. You sign up on Tinder during the show, and I want to see if you can get a date. So I decided to help him score a date.
I've narrowed it down. I'm getting the right girl. Okay, we've gone from 4 to 3, so I've got my little Charlie's Angels, you could say.
You're giving them roses?
I am, exactly, yes. One at a time.
It took a few days, but he finally got a date locked in.
I've got a date.
Woo!
Yes!
I'm so excited! Okay, tell me all about it.
Saturday. All right, so Saturday. Me and a lovely girl, the one I was after the whole time. Her name is Georgia. She got the last rose.
Oh, Georgia.
Yes, and we will be going on a date. I'm not sure on details whether I'll be cooking. We will go to a lovely restaurant.
I went about teaching him everything he needs to know. We even got some advice from some hot tradies.
You know, obviously they're on there for a date, so if you play your cards right, that should be what you get at the end of the day.
Brandon's mum.
So, Mum, I'm going on my date on Saturday, and I want to know, I need tips. How do you treat a woman?
Definitely with lots of respect. Yes, I mean, obviously you pay for the first meal. I think that's a good idea. Be on time. If you're picking her up, be on time. And just have a good night, nice and relaxed.
And his best mate.
Josh, I'm going on a Tinder date, mate. How do I get the girl?
Well, yeah, so all you have to do is, just go and get a fresh haircut. And then after that, he's going to buy some fresh ass clothes, look success.
I gave him some fashion advice, and he even had a bit of manscaping.
Waxing.
Waxing!
A waxing gift voucher.
Wax on, wax off.
Oh,
I am going to make sure that you are all manscaped and already like what your date probably will be going through.
Mother of Jesus!
How did Brandon go on his first date ever? Find out next. That's right, we're going to listen in very soon.
You're on the Flash Drive Home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTAFM. Yes.
As we've been talking about all week, Brandon finally scored a date last night, and of course I made you record it. Oh,
Yes, you did.
Like a sneaky little nosy person
The
I am.
things I do for this show.
So I have the first little taste of how Brandon's date went with Georgia. Have a listen.
How's the day going, Georgia?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I'm pretty nervous, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do this often.
No, neither do I, but I thought, why not?
Give it a go.
Yeah.
I like it. So, out of 10, how's it going so far?
I'll say about 7.
Oh, did you enjoy the meal?
Yeah, it was really nice. I did have to wait a little bit for my French toast, and I wasn't very happy about that, so I suggested to have a free macaroon, but...
Yeah, look, I'm sorry I couldn't swindle that one. I should have gone up and asked for a free macaroon.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
The French toast is pretty good.
Yeah. Do you like books?
Some. I don't really read a lot now. I don't really have a lot of time.
Why? Because you wear glasses.
Yeah. What the? Nah, because I'm at school full time, so.
Ah, right. What are you studying?
I'm studying a diploma in beauty therapy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So do you like wax legs and stuff like that?
Yeah, we do a lot of waxing. So last week we actually had to do leg waxing.
Oh, yeah. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was alright. A bit painful, but...
Oh, good. Oh, is... It's alright, this will get edited. Do you like this place? Do you like what it... Do you like the look of it? I like the look of it.
Yeah, it's industrial.
It is industrial.
I'd like the lamps. Lamps, lanterns, I don't know, whatever you call them.
I'm going to call them lights.
No, those things.
Oh yeah, those are lamps.
Lamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the down lights are pretty but
What's that?
average.
Oh, okay. I don't know the lingo. So what do you do the rest of the day?
Well, I'm at school 9 to 5.
Oh,
So I'll either come home and have dinner, or I'll go straight to work from school.
right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of telling you a joke.
Yeah, go for it. I love jokes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Gotta be funny.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Jokes. I've actually run out. I actually don't know.
Yeah, not off to a good start.
No, it says the rating dropped now.
Yeah, it has. We're down to the 6.
Oh, no. All right, I'll work on the joke.
How do you feel listening back to that?
Look, I sounded terrible in that day. I was, as you can tell, everyone's in their cars going, "Oh my God, what is this kid doing?" I was so nervous.
Oh, you can tell you were nervous.
I'm a little bit embarrassed actually. I probably should have stepped it up a little bit. I took all this advice and I basically shoved it out the door. But hopefully the second half of the date gets a lot better for everyone listening.
Yeah, I like that she's a woman that knows what she wants. Like,
Yes.
she wanted that macaroon.
Yes.
You know,
She
you
did.
had so many opportunities there to, like, win her over.
Exactly. Why didn't I get up and say, "Hey, this lady did not get served on time. Where's her free macaroon?"
Yeah, and you could have told a joke. You tell me lots of jokes. What happened? Or even your pickup lines.
I
What
was
happened?
under stress, Beck. I was under so much stress.
All right. Well, we'll just have to see how the rest of it went.
Yes, you're on the flash drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTO FM. Now, Beck, it is our last show today, so
is.
it's pretty sad. But I want you to tell me something good. I want to know something that is happening in the world, and I want it to be good. Even about you. Did something good happen to you? What was a time in your life where you felt that's amazing?
Well, we've been talking about your love life a fair bit this week,
Yes.
but I want to tell you about the first time that I fell in love.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Now, I actually met the first person I fell in love with online dating as well.
Yes, okay.
And we were friends for about 2 years first. We're sort of texting and calling, but we never, for some reason, we just never met.
Was he the nerd? Was he the man?
He was a nerdy
Yeah.
type. Yeah, he was a journalist, or he is still a journalist. And basically I'd gotten dumped on Christmas Day by another guy.
Merry Christmas.
and so I finally was like, come and meet me for coffee, and our schedules matched, and so we did. And I was waiting in the coffee shop, and I was all dressed up really nice, and he walked in. He'd just been playing golf, so he was a little bit sweaty, and
okay.
I don't know, there was just that instant connection. Instant chemistry. Like, he was very attractive. The whole time during our date, we were chatting and laughing, and we just had this similar sense of humor. I remember I told a joke about Gwyneth Paltrow, you know, in the movie Seven, where her head's in a box.
Yes, yep.
And I thought, oh, that's going to fall flat. And he actually laughed and agreed with me. And I thought, okay, this is a good sign.
Yeah, you knew from that moment.
So that was just a coffee date, and he had to leave. So I went home, and I got home, and my flatmate at the time, she's like, you are smiling ear to ear. What just happened?
Joker style, yeah.
And I said, I don't know if this person is ever going to call me again, but I've never felt a connection with a single person the first time I've met them than what I did with Andrew.
Oh.
And just as soon as I said that, he actually texted me a message and said, hey, I had a really great time. I'd like to see you again. So we organised a second date. And our second date, we were having dinner and a movie.
Yep.
So again, dressed up all nice. I was so nervous because I was like, I had those butterflies in my belly.
I know the feeling, as you heard.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't know how much he liked me, if he liked me the same way that I liked him. And we had dinner. We were sitting in the movies. And like I said, super nervous, and I'm sort of doing that thing. Do I touch him? Do I not touch him? And my hand brushed against his on the cinema seat, and then he grabbed my hand, and we watched the whole movie holding hands, and then at the end of the movie we just looked at each other and just kissed. And then it was so nice, and we spent, you know, the next few hours just sitting and talking. And I just fell head over heels really, really quickly.
What a prince, what a player. He knew what he was doing.
Well, maybe. I mean, we aren't together right now
Oh.
because of distance and circumstances and
where
that
is
sort
he
of thing.
now?
He's on the Gold Coast and I live here in Melbourne. But he is my best friend. He's the one person in the world who gets me. And, you know, despite everything, I still love him. So that's what makes me really happy.
Look at that.
And yeah, let's go to another song before I
Yes.
get a bit emotional.
Yeah.
It's Justin Bieber with Sorry, and you're on the Flash Drive home with Brandon and Beck.
You're on Flash Drive.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTO FM.
Brandon, I had a question I wanted to ask you.
Yes, shoot.
Have you ever seen anything that you shouldn't have?
Look, Beck, I've seen things in my life that no man should see by the age of 18, but I have seen things in my life. Sorry, age of 19. You forget so quickly.
Birthday boy, yeah.
Well, the thing I haven't seen is I was in my local area of Croydon, represent, and just the public toilet outside lovely Macadam Square we have down there.
Yeah.
And the public toilet, I went to walk in and some guy was going, he's just swearing, oh, Jesus, what's happening here? Oh, this is so embarrassing. Oh, F's sake. And I kind of poked my head in and he's got a pee stain on his pants. He's trying to wipe it off. He's going as hard as he can. Get off, get off. And he's doing the whole Mr. Bean thing with, standing under the heater.
Dryer,
Yeah.
the dryer.
I was like, come on, mate. Just, whatever. I'll just kind of guided past him. I was like, oh, okay, yep. Chuck the headphones in before
At least you
walked
were
in.
certain it was a pee stain and like nothing else
it's
going
definitely
on.
pee. You're never that upset if it's water.
Well, I haven't. There isn't anything that I've seen that I shouldn't have.
Yes.
But when I was growing up, friends of our family, they told us a story.
Ooh,
Now,
story time.
I grew up in Mount Isa where it's very hot. So people sleep naked. My parents sleep naked. These parents sleep naked.
You see where this is going.
And it was a Sunday morning and their kids were being really, really loud and noisy outside. So the mum, Sue, got up and she went, "You kids be quiet or you're in trouble." Closed the door, went back to bed. There's still more noise at the door. So she gets up, stark naked, swings open the door, and there's 2 Jehovah's Witnesses standing there. And they never went back to their house again.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you ever want to get rid of people knocking around your door on a Sunday morning, is to answer the door naked.
I've never seen a Jehovah's Witness, but...
You've never seen a Jehovah's Witness?
No, I've never seen a Jehovah's Witness. I know of a Jehovah's Witness,
Yeah,
I've just never seen
but you know
one.
how they like do the door
Yeah, they
knocking a
do.
lot,
Yeah,
right?
they do.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, that's I think anyone that you don't want coming to your house, just answer the door naked.
You're on the Flash Drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTO.
I'm Beck. He's Brandon.
Yes, now this week, Beck, we've discussed a lot about our mothers, but
Yeah.
now I'd like to talk about our fathers, Beck. Tell me a little bit about your father.
Oh, geez, my dad, Greggles. As I mentioned, I grew up in the country.
Yes, Mount Eliza.
And Mount Isa. So
Isa.
that's near the Northern Territory border in
Isa,
Queensland, just
yes.
FYI. Have you ever seen the movie Wolf Creek?
I have.
My dad looks just like the serial killer from Wolf Creek.
Well, I won't be meeting him anytime soon.
And he has the biggest heart, but I saw that movie at the cinema and I rang my mum and I'm like, "Mum, Dad looks like John Jarrett's character in Wolf Creek." She's like, "That's not a very nice thing to say about your father." Then she bought it on DVD and both her and my brother and sister are like, "Oh my God, that is your dad." Like he wears the check shirt, the cowboy hat, the knife in the pocket.
Mick Taylor.
You know, he's a little bit rough around the edges, my
Yeah.
dad. He does a bit of volunteering, or he used to before he had an accident a few years ago for the Underground Hospital in Mount Isa, which is a tourist attraction. So my dad meets a lot of tourists and he wants to take them out bush. He loves camping and doing all that sort of stuff.
He is Mick Taylor.
And he would say to these people, "Oh, you know, I'll show you these abandoned mining towns and, you know, there's some shafts in here that you could drop a body and no one would ever know." And I said, "Dad, I don't think you should really be telling people
Yes.
that. You
No,
know, you look like a serial killer."
Yes, you're suiting the image.
I know. And my dad, he was so offended. He's like, "But I'd never hurt anyone." And I'm like, "I know you wouldn't, Dad, but, you know, some people are a little bit sensitive."
Yes, they've seen Wolf Creek. So
Yeah,
other people have seen it.
exactly. And I said to him one day, I said, "Dad, what are you going to do when you retire?" And he said, "I'm going to live in a shack by myself." And I said, "Dad, won't you get lonely?" He said, "I'll get a dog." And I said, "What happens when you die, Dad?" And he goes, "Well, the dog will have food for a week, won't it?" That's my dad's very dry sense of humour. What about your dad, Brandon?
Well, yeah, let's just say that your dad and my dad are polar opposites. Your dad's happy, my dad's angry. He's a wog, my father. And don't mind saying it as well. We're proud to be wogs, but my dad is a very angry man. He hasn't. I was just telling you off air, Beck, that he hasn't cracked a joke since September 2008, and that then was a dad joke, and that was a pretty poor joke. To be honest with you, he needs to really work on his delivery, and maybe that's why he's been so upset since 2008. But let me tell you,
and from what your mum said, she can't get him in the kitchen either.
Oh no, can't get him in the kitchen. Toast is a struggle. Toast is a struggle for that man. And he comes from an Italian background. He should know, shouldn't he?
I know. His nonna should have taught him how to make some amazing spaghetti and meatballs.
He's too busy chasing women, probably.
Oh, dads.
You're on the Flesh Drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTR.
And just before the break, Brandon, you were saying how your dad's a bit grumpy.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if maybe your dad has a reason for being grumpy, because you are the youngest of our bunch here at RTI FM, and, you know, you're a little cheeky.
Yeah, I am. Look, I have done a few things I'm not proud of in my life already, and I'm only 19
And is this going to be an on-air apology to your dad and mum?
No, not at all. Nah, he can take it on the chin, big fella.
All right, well, tell us about it.
I shall take it away. I have behaved poorly in the past, fair to say. We're past it now, but one day came into the city and my Mikey was on the low side, and I thought, oh, geez, I've got no money here, and how the hell am I going to get back home? I had no money, so it took me like 10 minutes just to get past the gate. So I was just monitoring, was waiting if any type of authority was coming past, and once the metro guys would leave, I thought, right, beauty. I've jumped the gates and I've got into the train. And I thought, beauty, all right, no need to worry. And it got to about 3 stops from home. And I'm looking at this carriage, looking and hoping, God, please do not stop me. Anyone saying, can we check your Mikey? Because I'll be in strife here. But
ticket inspectors are shaking their heads right now.
Oh, they really are. But trust me, I've touched on it every day since. But yes, it got to the last stop and they started coming round. I thought, oh no. So it just stopped and I just got out before they checked me. So living life dangerously, Beck, I am.
Well, you sound like my cousin who's just slightly older than you. He always runs away from the Mikey inspectors.
Oh.
He's like, nah, don't pay, run. But that must run in the family a little bit because, you know, as I've mentioned before, me and my brother and sister were kind of terrors to my poor mum and dad.
You have told me some stories, and you guys are just a pain for your mother and father.
You know, admittedly, when we were growing up, mum and dad would have naps every afternoon. So my mum would actually kick us out of the house because we weren't allowed to have the TV on, or if we did, it had to be so low it didn't wake my parents up. So there were times when we'd be outside and we'd, get into things that we shouldn't have just to keep ourselves occupied. And I can't remember what it was that we did, but I know my mum had a sprained ankle and she was on crutches. We did something really, really naughty. And before mum could get the wooden spoon of Smackers, my brother grabbed one crutch, I grabbed the other, and we took out outside across the road.
You guys are shocking.
And my mum is standing on the front porch being like, you naughty kids, get back here. She probably used more colourful language than that. But she was shaking her fist in the air and we're like, nah, we're not coming back until you calm down.
You were possibly the worst kids ever created.
We probably were, but I've become a pretty good adult.
You have. You're on the Flash Drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTI FM.
He's Brandon, I'm Beck, and we like to tell a good story.
Yes, we do, Beck. I just wanted to tell you a little story about taxi drivers. Now, they get a bad rap all the time.
They have lately, haven't they, with Uber and everything?
Yeah, Uber and taxi drivers, they're going head-to-head at the moment, and nothing good news coming of it. But I just wanted to tell you a good story about a little taxi cab driver that made my day, really.
Oh, nice.
He was absolutely awesome. He was. His name was Ganesh. Ganesh, if you're listening, he was absolutely...
Shout out.
Yes, Ganesh, you champion. He was absolute trooper. He was one night. I was a little bit under the weather, fair to say, and he was just an absolute trooper. I got in the car and I thought, oh, well, I've never had a real conversation with any taxi driver ever. And Ganesh was just straight out different from any other taxi driver I ever had. He was just starting conversation. He just wanted to know everything about me, what I liked, and we ended up having a good 30-minute conversation about cricket, and we both had a great passion for cricket, sports and politics. Not so much politics, but everyone doing wrong in politics. He was just He was just awesome. He just gave me a smile,
Oh,
Ganesh.
good.
Yes.
With cricket chat.
Oh, yes, Ganesh. He loved his cricket. He was telling me all about Sachin Tendulkar. I know you probably won't know him, Beck, but big Sachin Tendulkar, he's a cricketing legend, that man. Just
No,
made
he's
casual
pretty much
15,000
the only
runs.
cricketer I know. When I went to India, all the little kids would come up to me and go, Michael Clark, and all I could say is Sachin Tendulkar. That's all I know.
They would have loved you too.
They loved it. It's great.
Oh, Beck, this taxi driver though, Ganesh, if you're listening, I hope you're really enjoying the show because I look to get a taxi ride with you sometime soon.
Because he did something for you too, didn't he?
Oh, look.
Didn't he give you a discount?
He did, actually, yes.
You know?
Thank you. Oh, he gave me the best $30 discount, or 20 or 30, I still can't remember, but Ganesh, he was just awesome. He gave me that $30 discount, and I thank you deeply, Ganesh.
Well, there you go. That goes to show, just be nice to taxi
Yes,
drivers.
not all of them
and
are
it
bad.
makes a big difference. I had one really lovely taxi driver when I was in New York City, actually. And, you'd think New York people would be really rude and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I found people so friendly there. And this taxi driver that was taking me to the airport as I was leaving New York, he was very Italian American,
Yes,
and he's
yes,
like,
very Bronx, yep.
next time you come back, here's my card. You call me, I come and get you. And I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Oh, good. Yes, it's good to see that, especially when you're a tourist, you're a little bit vulnerable.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
You're on the flash drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on a RTO fan.
Now, someone who's not looking very ugly right now, Brandon, apart
No.
from our fine selves,
Yes.
is Shannon Knoll.
Yes.
Now, have you seen these pictures of Knowlesy yet?
I have seen these pictures of Knowlesy that are up on our Facebook page as well. I'll just give it a quick plug. RTIFM AU, they're up there. So quick, have a good look of Knowlesy there. He's beefed up beautifully,
He's
Beck.
looking ripped.
He's looking real trim.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's an age thing, or do you think that suddenly because his popularity has grown, he's like, I'm out in the public again, I've got to look my fighting best to
Yeah.
compete with the Beebs?
He's definitely had a rocky moment. He's just had that real spur of inspiration. He's just gone, yeah, I was robbed. I was robbed.
Yeah, a bit of an eye of the tiger
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
back in there.
He saw Guy Sebastian get fit and lose the afro. He thought, you know what, I'll lose the weight and I'll be ripped. I'll be better than Guy Sebastian.
Yeah, Guy Sebastian definitely got fit as well.
Yeah, he's got the tattoos. He's definitely a good-looking lad, Guy Sebastian, nowadays.
Yeah, I haven't met Knowlesy, but I served Knowlesy's brother and his wife at Taronga Zoo when I used to work there.
Well, what about me, Beck? Oh, get the pun? Get it? What about me?
Oh, dear.
Love a plug. On you, Knowlesy.
Flash drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTO-FM. Yeah.
I am super excited, Brandon, because
Yes.
this is the second and final part of your date. Are you
Yes,
ready to have a listen?
I am ready.
All
I hope
right.
everyone else out there is too.
Let's check it out.
I like reading the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yep. I enjoy my sports.
Sport.
Yes. I'll go out to an event. I'll watch my AFL and my cricket.
Who do you go for?
I go for Richmond.
Oh,
Conflict. Who do you go for?
Collingwood.
Oh,
I think the rating has gone down.
right. But I don't hate Collingwood.
No, okay, yep, back up.
Yes, good. My goal's to get it to an 8. Get it to an 8, it's a good day. That's fake. Wait for it. Look at that chick there. That's fake. Fake.
Fake what?
Face. Yeah, I think it's fake. What do you think?
The Kylie Jenner lip.
Yes, yeah. Do you like the Kardashians?
Yes, I love the Kardashians.
Do you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up to date.
I'm up to date. So what is it? They got like 3 shows, don't they? It's like
They've
keeping
got
up with
heaps.
that.
There's like Keeping Up with Kardashians. There was one with Chloe and Courtney, or Kim and Courtney.
Yeah.
They've got lots of things.
Oh, God. Yeah, because I was watching one the other night on 9 Live. It was like
Oh yeah.
Kim and, what's the oldest one?
Courtney.
Courtney and Kim take over the Hamptons or something like that.
Yeah, that one.
I was like, this is disgusting.
That's a really old one though.
Yeah. And then I saw this great video the other day on Facebook of Kim getting pushed into water and she started crying because she
Oh,
lost
that
her
is,
earring.
oh
Yeah.
my god, that is so funny.
And then Courtney came out. There are people literally dying.
That's my favourite part.
I love that. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
and then now she's not dating that guy. I can't remember that. He plays basketball.
No, she's with Kanye now. She's got 2 kids. Northwest and St. West.
What do you think of those names? They're just they're rubbish names.
But she's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of, like, Apple.
Oh yeah, that's true. Isn't that like Fergie's kid?
No, I think that's
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do you want to be a celebrity, Georgia?
Would I want to be a celebrity?
Yes, an actress.
I don't know. The money would be good,
It would be good.
but I don't think I can handle photographers all the time and not having a private life.
All about that work. I thought this was a lovely date, Georgia. Thank you for coming.
No, you're welcome. I had a very good meal, very good time. Thanks.
Out of 10, what did we reach?
8.
Yes. I will take that.
So you got. Sorry, I'm laughing so much. You got the 8 that you wanted.
I
but
did.
Do you reckon you're going to get a second date?
Oh, look, I really don't know. I'm just sitting there listening to the footage. My body was just so tight. I was just like, oh, God.
You did
come
ask
on.
her one of the in that audio clip. We did hear
I
you ask
did.
one of the questions that can help make her fall in love with you.
Yes, I did. Oh, it was just... And if I did not know a thing about the Kardashians, did I?
I can tell. Well, I want everyone to keep listening because very soon we're going to find out if Brandon does have a chance with another
Yes.
date
Oh,
with
no
the beautiful
pressure.
Georgia, because in 15 minutes we're going to be giving her a call. But right now it's Zara Larson with Lush Live.
On the Flesh Drive Home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTF.
And that's right. It's time again for...
It's the 90s.
Versus
Oh no, hang on. Oh no, it's birth dates today. It's 1982,
versus
1997.
And that's right. Usually Brandon and I compete against 2 decades. And we thought, being the last day of our show, let's shake it up. Let's really test our knowledge. And I was born in 1982. Brandon was born in 1997. And I was like 15. So he's going to ask me questions about 1982. And I'm going to ask him questions about 1997 just to mess with us. So do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Hit
Beck?
me.
Rocky 3 was released in 1982. Who played the villain in Rocky 3? I'll be extremely disappointed in you. This is my favourite saga of movies ever of all time.
Dolph Lundgren?
No, that's number 4. You idiot. Then number 3 is Mr. T.
Oh, Mr.
Bit of the
T. All right. Okay. The premiers who won the 1997 AFL Grand Final.
Okay, 1997. Oh, God, I love my AFL and I should
I know.
know
Come
this.
on, you should know this.
97. I'm going to go with... going out on a limb here.
Come on. Just
Hawthorn.
pick one. No, Adelaide.
Oh, you idiot.
Okay.
That one 2 in a row, yep. Sorry. What was the name of the song that starred Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder?
Ebony and Ivory.
Yes.
I got one.
Oh, great. You're
All
guessing
right.
you win.
In 1997, which famous rapper was shot?
Oh, Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, the Notorious B.I.G. Yeah.
B.I.G., yes. In 1982, Tom Selleck starred in his best TV performance. What was the name of the show? Think of the mustache. Think of the mustache.
Magnum P.I.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Love Magnum.
I think you'll get this one. Which Aussie rocker died in 1997?
Oh, that's Michael Hutchins in
Yeah,
excess.
yep.
All the time. Michael Jackson released what number 1 hit in 1982?
Thriller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, how many Oscars did Titanic win
Oh, jeez.
in that year?
Probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 6.
11. Bow, bow.
Get out of town. 11. Oh, okay.
Last questions.
Who was the Prime Minister of Australia in 1982?
Oh.
Come on, you were born then.
Golf Whitlam?
No, Malcolm Fraser.
I nearly said Bob Hawke, but I knew it wasn't. Oh, okay. All right. Which star came out on national television in 1997?
Which star?
Yep.
Oh, TV. No idea.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, really? Is that when it started?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
There you go. Well, that
1997.
tested us. And what's going to test us next is, well, not test me, test Brandon.
it's definitely gonna
because
test me.
we're going to give the lovely Georgia a call, who Brandon went on a date with last night.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let's see what she has to say about the whole situation. Right now, it's Lucas Graham with 7 Years.
You're on the flash drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTA FM. Yeah.
As we all know, Brandon went on a date last night with the lovely, lovely Georgia, and we've heard his thoughts on it. Now, I decided to give Georgia a call and see what she has to say. Are you there, Georgia?
I'm here.
How are you going?
Good, thanks.
That's good. Now, I wanted to know, did you enjoy the date with Brandon last night?
Yeah, it was really good. I had a great time.
Oh, good. Was it your first Tinder date?
Yep, definitely my first.
Okay.
I thought, yeah, why not do a Tinder date?
Aw,
And last.
and to have it all on radio, that's a bit crazy. But, So, during the week, I was sort of prepping Brandon because, as he may have said to you, it was his first Tinder date as well, his first date ever.
Yeah.
So, was Brandon well presented?
Yeah, he was. He
Oh,
was really
good.
confident, which is really good, and he asked a lot of questions, and yeah, that showed me that he wasn't shy or anything. So
Oh, good. And was he a gentleman? Did he treat you well?
yeah.
Because I can tell you if he didn't, I'm pretty sure he's got a few nonnas that would give him a whack over the head if he didn't.
I'm sorry I didn't get the
definitely.
macaroon for you, Georgia.
Oh, the macaroon. Yeah, that's okay.
I've already scolded him about that too.
Oh, look, Georgia, you rated the date a lot that night. It went to 6.5, then it went to 7, and we managed to get up to 7.5. And at the end of the date, you said 8. Now, 8 out of 10, I was happy with that. Now, what are the chances of a follow-up date, Georgia? Put me out of my misery.
And you can be honest. I'll counsel him if he was terrible.
No, the chances are pretty good. I had a really good time. So yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, I am really stoked to hear that because we were a little bit nervous. We were listening to the audio and
I've
Brandon
pulled
kept
my
saying, I
pants.
was so nervous. So now I've done my job and I'm going to let you two sort that out off air. But it's been a pleasure talking to you, Georgia.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks,
No
Georgia.
worries. Speak soon. Bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go, Brandon. You have some work to do. You've got to step it up an even further notch now. You've got a second date.
Yeah, look, do I have to walk out the front of her house in a limo with plenty of doves? Do I just, like 21 Jump Street type of stuff, and doves everywhere?
You could do. I think you and I should maybe workshop that idea.
Definitely.
You're on the flash drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTA FM.
Just before the break there, you heard Georgia share some very honest feedback about her date with Brandon. And Brandon, I want to know, have you ever lied to make another person happy?
Oh, definitely, Beck. I do that quite often, more than I should. There was actually one time that comes to mind. It was quite recently, actually. A friend of mine has just become an uncle, and he showed me a picture of his nephew, and he said, "Look how cute he is." I said, "Yeah, just beautiful." But deep down, I was going, "That is an ugly child."
Or sometimes I think they need to be put back in because they're
Yes.
just not quite done
Yes,
yet when
exactly.
it comes to babies.
It was a Benjamin Button type of looking kid, that kid. He just looked really old for such a young specimen.
Well, when they're newborns, they are a bit wrinkly. But I think, I don't know, sometimes I think white lies should be told. Like,
Yes,
I have
definitely.
friends that are very honest and they can hurt your feelings when they say things like, oh, you're not pretty, but you're really nice. And I'm just telling you what everyone else thinks. It's like,
how it
I
is.
don't want to hear the truth. The
Yes.
truth hurts my feelings.
I'm going out tonight. I want confidence.
Well, yeah, I definitely don't think you should ever tell someone that their kid's ugly.
No. Okay, my bad. You're on the flash drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
You're on RTO FM.
We're nearly done.
We are nearly done, but we've got a few things to go. And one of them is things that everybody likes, but I don't. Beck, I don't like a lot of... There's a few things I don't like in life, which I
Tell me
know that
about
you
it.
will love. Okay, so one of them, I'm going to lose a few friends out of this, is I hate roasts.
So you told me that, and I was like, no. But then you come from an Italian background.
Exactly. So it's only just pasta. Exactly.
Yeah,
but,
it's a very UK British heritage thing.
But
The
then
roast.
again, we do have it, but then like Mum only cooks it with the potatoes and the pumpkin and the capsicum. But don't mind you, that is delicious. But she does not add gravy. I want
No,
gravy.
you need the gravy.
I need gravy.
Gravy is
Come on.
amazing.
Exactly. Oh, I just need the gravy. And another thing I don't like is corn. I hate corn with a passion.
And you were telling me this a little earlier as you were stuffing corn chips into your mouth. And I said, that's a little bit ironic. Brandon?
It gets worse, Beth, because I like baby corn. I don't
But you
like
don't-
corn on the cob, like the full size one. And it's just even worse when it's cooked on the barbecue. It just tastes like absolute horse poo.
Well, actually, I'm the opposite. I love normal corn.
Okay.
But I
You don't like
don't really
baby
like baby corn. I find it difficult to eat. I always pick it out of my Asian food. What else have you got? What else do
okay.
you like and don't like?
Chicken drumsticks.
You said that. So I said to you, so you're telling me you would eat the rest of the chicken, but you won't eat its legs. Why don't you like the legs?
Oh, look, I'll eat thigh. Thigh's no problem, but it's not great. It's just breast over thigh every time with chicken, and it's just, I can't stand the drumstick. Just a sloppy piece of chicken. It's just really fatty around the leg. It's just, it drives me nuts. I just hate the texture in my mouth. Oh, I hate it.
Well, that's fair enough. I'm glad you feel that way about chicken.
Oh, good, yeah. Hey, don't turn the story. I love chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets and breast
How
fillets.
much real chicken is in chicken nuggets?
I don't care. It's delicious, and it says they're called chicken nuggets.
All right. Well, okay. You and I are never going to agree on. We can't go to dinner together.
Chicken nuggets.
Hopefully, you don't take Georgia on your next date for chicken nuggets, or I will be hitting you upside the head.
SpongeBob, you're on the flash drive home.
With Brandon and Beck.
That's right. I've been Beck Humphrey, and he has been Brandon Panzer.
Yes.
And it's been a pleasure driving you home all week.
Yes, it has. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. It's been absolutely awesome.
We're signing off. It's Mariah Carey with Emotions on RTI FM.